India has thousands of temples dedicated to hundreds of gods. Some of the temples have been in existence for more than 1,000 years, and the architecture and art of that time with limited resources cannot be replicated even today. Hi, this is Neha, and in this video you will get to know about 7 of the most famous temples in India that have been a large part of national history for several hundred years. Hoysaleshwar Temple. This temple dedicated to Lord Shiva and is located in Halebeedu town in Hassan district of Karnataka state. It was built during the rule of King Vishnuvardhan of Hoysal Empire. Its construction started around 1121 CE and was completed in 1160 CE. The Hoysaleshwar temple, poised on a star-shaped base on the lawn, is an architectural marvel and was carved from soapstone. The Nandi Mandap is positioned right in the front of the temple, wherein there is a huge Nandi statue richly decorated with stone ornaments. The temple premises also have the Garud Stambh to the south of the temple. The most striking item is the highly polished lathe-turned pillars, and its complex has couple of temples within it. The Hoysaleshwar temple premises include a museum managed by the Archaeological of India, which contains numerous pieces of ruins and temple artwork recovered from the site for closer 3D examination. It is believed that no other temple in the country captures the Indian epics as elegantly as Hoysaleshwar temple. Brideshwar temple, originally known as Peruvidayar Kovil, locally known as Thanjai Periya Kovil, and also called the big temple Rajrajeshwaram temple. It is located in south bank of Kaveri river in Thanjavur of Tamil Nadu state. Built by Emperor Raja Rajul I and completed between 1003 and 1010 CE. The temple turned 1000 years old in 2010 and is now recognized as a part of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. It is dedicated to the all-powerful Hindu god Shiva. The main temple is entirely built of granite. More than 130,000 tons of granite is said to have been used to build it. There is a massive statue of sacred bull Nandi made out of a single rock weighing 25 tons. The kumbam at the top of the temple tower weighs 81 tons and is carved from a single piece of granite. The entire temple is made by the method of interlocking stones, in which one rock is kept over the other without using the joint mortars, and in some cases they have used the lime mortar for binding the rock pieces. The temple has survived 1000 years and 6 earthquakes. The major attraction you may notice when you have your first glance over this historical temple is its temple tower. It stands a staggering 216 feet tall, making it one of the tallest of its kind in the whole world. Kailashnath Temple. It is the largest monolithic rock-cut structure in the world, located in Cave 16 of Ellora Caves in Aurangabad district of Maharashtra. It is estimated that the artist removed 3 million cubic feet of stone, weighing approximately 200,000 tons to excavate the temple. The construction of the temple has been attributed to the Rashtrakoot King Krishna I, but elements of Pallav architecture have also been noted. Carved out of single basalt rock from Charna Nandari hills, this temple is the only structure in the world with vertical carving from top to bottom. It has the largest cantilever rock ceiling in the world, which seems just an impossible feat for a temple constructed thousands of years ago. This temple is one of the oldest single rock carving multi-storied complexes in the world. The entire construction does not reveal any date or depict a name, indicating that the carving dates back hundreds and thousands of years. The Kailash temple is considered a highly notable example of temple construction from first millennium Indian history. Bhognandeshwar Temple. This temple is located at Nandi village of Chikballapur district of Karnataka. It is the oldest surviving temple in Nonambavadi style of Dravidian architecture in Karnataka. Bhognandeshwar temple is known for its captivating architecture and large tank surrounded by long square-shaped corridors. The main enclosure has 3 shrines dedicated to Lord Shiva known as Bhognandeshwar, Arunachaleshwar and Uma Maheshwar along with several other shrines on the rear side of the temple. Though the original Bhognandeshwar temple dedicated to Shiva and Parvati was built in the 9th century by the Bana queen Ratnavali, the Chol kings in the 11th century added the roof, the Hoysala dynasty added the marriage hall to the temple structure, and the outer wall and buildings were added by the Vijayanagar kings in the 13th century. It is a 1000-year-old temple that bears the architectural stamp of around 5 different dynasties that ruled here. Khajuraho Group of Monuments. It is a group of Hindu and Jain temples in Chhatarpur district of Madhya Pradesh state. The temples are famous for their Nagar-style architectural symbolism. Most Khajuraho temples were built between 950 CE and 1050 CE by the Chandel dynasty. Historical records note that the Khajuraho temple site had 85 temples by the 12th century, spread over 20 square kilometers. Of these, only about 20 temples have survived destruction and ravages of time, spread over 6 square kilometers. Khajuraho temples were rediscovered in 1830s after being neglected for centuries. Of the surviving temples, the largest temple of Khajuraho is Kandariya Mahadev Temple. These temples got the status of UNESCO World Heritage Sites in 1986. An annual Khajuraho Dance Festival celebrating classical dance forms of India is held against the background of Chitragupta or Vishwanath Temple in the first week of February every year. Aihole, a major archaeological site featuring over 120 stone and cave temples in Bagalkot district of Karnataka state. Once the capital of early Chalukyan dynasty, Aihole is variously called Aivalli and Aipura in the inscriptions. It is historically famous as the cradle of Hindu temple architecture. There are about 120 temples divided into 22 groups scattered all over the villages and nearby fields. Aihole has a group of temples built by the rulers of Chalukya dynasty between 450 and 650 CE that is situated on the banks of Malprabha river with a Megudi hill overlooking it. The towers of the temples were curved with blind arch which was inherited from North Indian style. Another style inherited by Chalukyas were the Deccan style which includes balcony sitting, sloping roof, carved column and other things. All these styles were combined and came to be known as Chalukya style. More temples are being excavated every day bearing witness to the vigorous experimentation on temple architecture which went on at Aihole more than 14 centuries ago. Meenakshi Amman Temple. Also known as Meenakshi Sundareshwar Temple, it is one of the oldest and most important temples in India, situated on the banks of Vegai river in the temple city of Madurai. The temple has a great mythological and historical significance. It occupies a huge area in the heart of Madurai as it spreads over 14 acres. The principal deity of this temple is Meenakshi, a form of goddess Parvati. It is believed that Lord Shiva assumed the form of Sundareshwar and married Meenakshi at the site where the temple is currently located. Meenakshi Amman Temple in Madurai was built during the reign of Pandyas using Dravidian South Indian style of architecture. The history of this temple dates back to the 1st century CE with scholars claiming it to be as old as the city itself. However, the temple as it stands today was rebuilt throughout the 16th century as it was destroyed by the Muslim invaders. The annual 10-day Meenakshi Tirukalyanam festival is celebrated during April and May and attracts 1 million visitors. Renowned for its amazing architecture, Meenakshi Temple was on the list of top 30 nominees for the new 7 Wonders of the World, but couldn't make it into the list of 7 Wonders of the World. However, the temple is definitely one of the wonders of India. Please do like and share the video, and to see such more videos, subscribe my channel.